Good afternoon, everybody. Here to bring you another one. Um, it's about the truth about what goes on within uh, black dating, black modern dating. Okay, with some black people, especially with some black women. And question: is it true that many modern black women don't want a good black man? Let's hear from what Saralina has to say. Let's get into it. Hard Talk Radio.
The sisterhood group about a month ago, and everything's going really well. I have over 180 members in it. Only about 100 of them are actually active, but it's really nice. I meet with them twice a week, and I have to go to every meeting because I'm the organizer. But it's really nice. I'm able to meet with women from all different walks of life, different lifestyles, different perspectives, different beliefs, and it's dope. That was purposely done because I did not want to just meet with a bunch of like-minded women, because one of my missions is to help elevate the mentality of the Black woman. If I just preach to the choir, I can't do that, I need women that don't think like me so that I can offer them a different perspective and offer them a different way of life. Because, like I said, the mentality of a Black woman is really important. Like I've said 1,000 times, we raise entire generations and we set the standards for men to adapt to, So that's something that I'm doing with the sisterhood group. And at my most recent meetup, text message, sorry. At my most recent meetup, there was a topic that came up that I feel like is really important, and it's something that I really want to touch on. So I want to talk about it. The topic was Black men choose white women over Black women because men think Black women are too, they said, masculine. They did this as if they aren't really masculine. And they were like, Black men think Black women are too bitter or too angry or too controlling or whatever. And they said, whereas white women are submissive and they're stupid and they let men do whatever and run over top of them, and they let men just sit around on the couch all day and spend up all their money or whatever. And a Black woman is not having that. A Black woman is going to tell a Black man what he needs to do as a man. And they were saying we have to be masculine as Black women because men do not protect us. They do not provide for us. They rather do it for white women. But
That is not true. That is not true at all. Okay. You've had black men. I saw a video of a black man come to defense of a black woman, okay, who was being attacked by a white man. And he got in the face of that white man and he tried to raise his hand against that black man. That black man slapped the nonsense out of him. He thought he was entitled to treat a black woman anyway because he's white. I saw many instances where a black man has got in front of a man trying to harm a black woman. I've seen instances where even a black man trying to has harmed a black woman, and a group of black men stomped that nonsense out of him. I saw a video of that happening in East New York. So a lot of these black women tell lies. Oh, she's easy. Oh, the white woman's easy. No, it's because we have to admit something. There is difference in cultures with some African American women, okay, compared to with some white women. Now, bear in mind, you have white women that are just as masculine and sometimes even worse with the feminist attitude and the mindset. Okay, but you do have white women who are taught that how to cater to a man, compared to many African American women who have been taught not to cater to a man, taught to survive without a man due to dysfunction in her home. Usually 9 times out of 10, she grew up without a dad. 9 times out of 10, she's been a victim of physical or sexual abuse. Okay, due to the mother's poor parenting or lack thereof. Usually black women are known to grow up in households where it's just all women and a bunch of divorcees in the home. and they grow up with nonsense being pushed into their head how to treat a man. And then they end up following the same generational curse of growing up being single mothers or divorcees.
When it comes to us, we have to be aggressive with them and fuss at them and yell at them to tell them what they need to do in order for them to do these things to us. Like, we have to raise them up. And so I listened to these women. I understood everything that they were saying, but I asked one of them if she could explain to me her situation, her personal situation. And she was like, yeah, her man, she said, my man sit around at home on a couch all day. He don't do nothing. He don't help me with no bills. All he do is get high all the time. And I be having to tell him, get your ass up off my couch. You're not gonna be sitting in my house all day, every day. You're gonna help me. You're gonna do things around the house. You're gonna help me with these kids. You need to go get a job. And she would just saying, like, she said, sometimes you have to tell them, you acting like your damn daddy. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna be shit just like him. You need to do this. You need to do this.
And that's supposed to help a man to get up and do something. Whether it's your grown son or teenage son, or whether it's a man that you chose to pick, a man probably not doing well that you chose to pick and sleep with. See, that's the problem. And with these women who come from this toxic background, not all black women come from this background, but you have women come from this background, this toxic background, that will choose a man over his physical appearance and sexual prowess over a man that actually could do something for you. And then you expect that man that you chose for sexual reasons to be a person of high quality and caliber, to do something that is completely the opposite of his nature. You choose a pookie to do a decent black man's job.
And so as she was saying these things, she was kind of giggling. And the other woman in the room, you could tell that they were like, oh my God, me too. They were like giving each other high five, like, girl, yes, me too. I be having to tell my man the same thing. He just like his daddy. He don't do this and he don't do that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And so I listened to them. And after they finished yelling and screaming over top of each other, because that's how a lot of black women talk to each other. After they finished, I said, it's not wrong to want your man to be a protector and provider. You're not wrong for wanting that. As a woman, all of us should want that from our man, because naturally men were warriors, they were hunters, they were gatherers. These are things that they did. They were protectors and providers by nature. They're leaders, and they provided guidance and all of that stuff by nature. So absolutely, you should want your man to do that. And any man that does not have a natural instinct to do these things, can we actually refer to him as a man? No. So you're not wrong for wanting that. What's wrong, however, is your approach. You are not going to make a man change. You can, however, inspire change in a man, but you're not going to inspire change in him with the approach that you have, by being aggressive with him, by yelling at him, by telling him that he ain't shit, by pointing out all his flaws, by telling him everything that he does wrong, by belittling him, by disrespect.
Notice if a black man did that to a black woman, it'd be looked upon as abuse. But with other black women doing that to a black man, that's a rite of passage. It's okay. It's comedy. Sad.
None of that is going to make him change. If anything, that is going to make him resent you and make him want a white woman even more. I never try to justify why men want white women, because I still feel like that's not an excuse, but that is just one of the reasons why black men do prefer white women over black women. It's not because white women are stupid and submissive. It's because you are disrespectful and you do not respect him as a man.
The sad thing is like, you'll have even black men and black women in the community who are toxic, who expect black men to stay in that type of abusive relationships. Yet in other cultures and ethnic groups, they tell you to run to the hills. It's crazy.
Now, the next question I had for this woman was, did she have sex with her man? And she was like, well, yeah, of course, I still have needs.
There you go. There you go. You complain about this man. He's a bump. He's this, he's that. But you're still giving him babies. You're still sleeping with him. You're still giving him raw sex. And then I'm going to say it's all his fault? Notice if a man was to say these things and still having sex with a chick, he's clowned. He's looked upon as a fool, a loser. But you can't say that about a black woman and hold her accountable for her actions. Notice that. That would make you a sexist pig. That would make you a punk. You're weak.
This is where I got a little irked and things got a little awkward, because this is an issue with the black community, with black women in general. You're going to sit around and talk about everything he does wrong. He don't do this right. He don't do that right. He don't protect. He don't provide. He lazy. He ain't got no drive, no ambition, no goals, no nothing. Yet he's in your house. You're giving him money to buy weed, and you're having sex with him.
He doesn't do anything. He doesn't work. Yet you're having his babies. That's the thing. A lot of these women choose these men because it's easy access to sex, and they can control these men. But date a man who actually is striving with ambition and work, and he's not going to put up with that crap. He's labeled as abusive. He's labeled as controlling. He's labeled as weak. Because they want to be in control. A lot of these women want to be in control. And you look into I tell you now, the more you dig into this, the more you see you have to date women that come from 2-parent homes. Okay? You see, this is the stuff here that needs to be talked about by black leaders in the community that are to be taken seriously. Not people like Umar Johnson or the black conscious community, because they're too busy kissing the black woman's rear end because they want money from the black woman. They get too much calling the woman queen, goddess, and stuff like that instead of holding her accountable. Hell, that's the reason why probably Obama didn't really want to tell the truth about what the black community needs to do, because he would have lost the presidential election if he did. Facts are stubborn things.
If you have no standards, what makes you think he is going to live up to them? You got to have standards first, honey. Why is he even, how do you even get wet for a man with no drive, no goals, no ambition, no nothing? How? Why are you even accepting him in your home? Why? Where are your standards? You know what I mean? And that is one of the issues. We allow these men to get everything that a good man is deserving of. Our attention, our love, our sex, our body, all of that, our minds. We give all of that, all this energy to these men that we say that aren't good men. But why? Why would you do that? Why would he change if he's already getting everything that he wants from you? It's no reason for him to change. You're not giving him a reason to change. You're giving him everything he wants, right? And then I had to just think about it for a second, because I could feel the room was getting heated, but I didn't care. And I had to just be real.
This is what happens. This is what happens. When you start holding black women accountable, the feminazis start showing their fangs. You're a pick-me. You're for the white man. You're an agent. Because they don't want to be held accountable. They just want to have a soapbox where they have a round robin bashing black men. When the real problem is them for making poor choices in black men. But if the roles were reversed, men have to sit there and take it. And the thing is, like, men have always been held accountable, black or white, whatever. But when it comes when you try to hold black women accountable, now there's excuses. Racism. Okay, there's no good black men. That's a lie. There are plenty of good black men, but they're not going to deal with bad black women.
The real fact of the matter is, a lot of sisters do not want good men. They prefer these type of brothers that don't have goals, that don't have a good job, that don't have drive, that don't have ambition, that aren't good protectors, that lack in these areas where a man should be plentiful in. They go for these type of men instead of a good man, because when they have this type of brother, they can tell him everything he's doing wrong. They can belittle him. They can disrespect him. And they like that. That's why when they were talking about it, they were laughing, they were giggling, they were giving each other high five. Like, yes, I talk to a man like that too. I have to tell my man that too. Ha ha ha. They think it's funny because they like the idea that they feel superior over their man. They like feeling like they are in control of him. They like that position of authority, of power. They like being able to say, get the fuck up off my couch. I'm about to kick you out my house. You need to do this. You ain't shit. They like being able to talk to men like that. They like that. But if the role was reversed and they did have a good man, now they can't talk to him like that. They can't be disrespectful to him. Now they actually have to watch their mouth. Now they have to level up. Now they might actually have to be submissive. Hold up. This is one of the reasons why women prefer those type of men over good men. Because a good man is a man that is plentiful in all.
I remember trying to talk to a woman. She had a degree and everything, and she would always be dating men that could be her clients. And she worked in the Department of Mental Health, but she was dating men that could be her clients. Dating married men that, could be selling drugs. She actually dated a man that was a drug dealer. And she had a degree, and I asked her, why do you pick these men? She says, because I like a man with a dark side. I rest my case.
All these areas where these other men lack, brothers that you do pay attention to, they lack in these areas where good men actually have the stuff, they have the goal, the ambition, the drive. If they don't have a lot of money, they're working towards it. You know what I mean? They are protectors. They are leaders. They provide guidance and all this, the knowledge and the strategic planning and all this other stuff that comes with being a good, strong, masculine black man. They have all of this. So now he can actually turn around and tell you where you lack as a female, as a feminine woman. He can say, you're not feminine enough. You're not nurturing enough. You're not affectionate enough. You're not sexual enough. You don't have sex enough. You're not sensual enough. You're not creative enough. You don't teach your children enough. You don't cook decent meals enough. You don't keep this house clean enough. And if a man tells you that, now, oh my goodness, he is controlling. He's a misogynist. He is a chauvinist. But it's okay for you to point out everything that a man does wrong. It's okay for you to tell him what he needs to. It's okay for you to point out all his flaws and tell him all the areas he lacks as a man, but a man can't do that to you. That is a problem.
See what I'm saying? And you already know she has enemies. Her video got 841 dislikes, but she got 19,000 likes. You know where those 841 dislikes came from?
Problem with black women, and we need to stop that. It is a huge problem. And a man that is a good man, he has standards. He's going to want you to do better. The same way you're going to want your no good brother to do better. He's going to want you to do better too, because he has options. And that's another thing. Another reason why sisters don't want good men, because good men have options, and they understand that these women these options, they're good women. But the brother that's not a good man, his options are not women. They're the type of woman that you would say are no competition, right? So you don't have nothing to worry about with him. You feel like he only gonna be with some type of bummy chick, you think. But with a good man, he has some real good options. So you gotta level up. That means you gotta do some work with yourself. You have to change some things. You have to improve in some areas. You have to elevate. If sisters they didn't try to really work on nothing. This whole feminist movement have made women feel like they're just perfect. Nothing they do is wrong. It's all on a man. So when you do have a good man, that's like, oh no, you need to work on this. You need to work on that. They don't like that. Now they feel inferior. Now they feel inadequate. No, they like to feel like they're perfect. They like to feel like they're the ones in control. So that's why they go for this man that don't have nothing, that doesn't do all the things that they want them to do. They lack standards. And I'm not even going to say they lack standards. They may have them, but they prefer this man that doesn't have everything going on. Because they just like being able to belittle him, and they like being disrespectful.
They want control. That's it. They want control. That's basically it. That's how it is. And it's getting worse, unfortunately, with black women, because they think daddy government, since they have a lot, daddy government, toxic family members spewing lies in their ears that they're doing the right thing by their family when their family's breaking up and they're going to be a single mother. And they're not going to tell them the truth because that will make them look bad. This is a generational thing. Okay? And it's sad that it's been this way. That's why you see black men who actually have sense. They say, like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go date outside my ethnic group. And the thing is, like, there should be no no black man has to be handcuffed and said, no, you will not date out of your ethnic group. You stay here. No, we don't have to do a damn thing. We have 2 feet. We could get up and walk, just like a black woman could get up and marry or date a man of a different ethnic group. If she can't find what she wants in the black community, a black man can do the same. That's it. Nobody should be pigeonholed to stay in an area of people, in a group of people that are toxic and cannot be suitable to have a stable family unit. And that's it. And to be honest, you can't really trust, you can't really trust the black community to give. I'm not gonna say you can't trust them to not give you advice. That's not true, because there are some that see the mess that's happening with feminism and gynocentrism. That, you know what, if you can't find a good black woman, there are good black women out there, but if you can't find one, there's nothing wrong with dating outside your ethnic group. Just make sure you're dating for character and not skin color, because you got some evil women of different ethnic groups, and they can get away with murder because they're a different ethnic group. Literally. That's all I got to say on this. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.